Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Edge Sports Network. We got another interview for you today. Austin Watkins, Jr., University of Alabama at Birmingham. Austin, thanks so much for joining us here on the site.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you on. We're looking forward to what you have to say. We're going to start at the very beginning of your career here. I think a lot of interviews that are done with football players, athletes in general, kind of miss out on this question, but I just want to start here. Growing up, what kind of got you interested in football? What led you to the sport?
Um, Probably gonna be it's just a culture down here in Florida. That's what
Hmm.
we do, play football. So I already love football at a young age.
Yeah, and you end up going to North Fort Myers High School. You have a really successful career there. So, how did high school kind of prepare you for college football, and how different is the pace of play between high school and college football? I'd assume the intensity is much larger, much quicker, but just how different is that pace of play?
It was real different because
Mm-hmm.
I did 3 years at Dunbar,
Mm-hmm.
and I had got I had got out of Dunbar. I went to North for my last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I ain't really played too much at North. But so when I went to JUCO, it was a different speed. But after a while, I just caught along with it.
Yeah, I would say you certainly did catch along with it very quickly. I know you also spent time at Dodge City Community College. So when you were there, did you kind of have a plan of what you wanted to do after, where you wanted to go, or was it just kind of something that you figured out throughout the season?
Uh, you talking about going like school wise?
Yeah, yeah. So school-wise afterwards, after you were at Dodge, did you kind of know where you wanted to go, or were you just kind of trying to figure it out during the course of the year?
Yeah, I was going along with the flow until like UAB came along
Mm-hmm.
and they showed a lot of love. But other than that, like, I was just going along with the flow.
Yeah, and I know you chose UAB over some other pretty impressive schools. You had Akron, Bowling Green, Marshall, among some other ones. So, what really went into the decision to choose UAB? I know you just said that they did show you a lot of love, but was it kind of a tough decision to make, or was it relatively easy? Did you kind of have your mind set on the University of Alabama at Birmingham?
It was kind of easy because the coaches already felt like family and like
Hmm.
they was already being like real and they used to look out, like not look out, but just call me and make sure I was strict.
Yeah, and you did look really good. Well, you've obviously looked really good at UAB. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I know in 2018 you played in 4 games before you redshirted, and when you kind of have a season off like that, how do you kind of keep your head in the game? How do you really focus on football in general? Because I know it's probably pretty tough to have a year out of gameplay, but you came back even stronger this past season. I know we're going to talk about, your historic year this past year, but how'd you kind of keep your head in it and stay focused for the bigger picture?
Um, well, my cousin had got killed. That's why I redshirted. But
Hmm.
that made me like go even harder.
You came out this season and you had 57 receptions, 1,092 yards, 6 touchdowns. What kind of factors go into that season? I know you've given a lot of credit to your O line, quarterback, your teammates, but how do you put up that type of season? I know you probably also use your cousin's passing as inspiration as well, it sounds like, and motivation, but just how do you go out there and put up a season like that?
Um, Really, it's the combination with me and Tyler,
Hmm.
Tyler Johnson. We got like a good trust. Like he trusts me, and he know where I'm gonna be at, and the O line it got better every game,
Hmm.
and I just challenge myself every game to go out there and be the best person on the field.
Yeah, it was a historic year for you. You're one of 3 receivers at UAB to go over 1,000 yards in a season. The other two, Roddy White and Derek Ingram, pretty good names right there. So, how's it feel to be mentioned toe to toe alongside 2 receivers like Roddy White and Ingram?
Yeah, it's an honor to be right with him, but it's also a challenge because
Yeah.
I wanna leave number one.
Yeah, I know you were second team All Conference USA and a midseason Biletnikoff Award watch list player. And when you get recognition like that, how big of a confidence boost is that? And I know you just said that you want to, you're really going for the record. The record here is 1,457 yards. So I know you've talked a lot about wanting to break that. So How do you use that type of recognition as fuel? You're coming out on your senior year here. You definitely have a chance to break that. There's no doubt about it. You got close last year. How are you kind of using everything in a culmination as fuel for this year?
Um, Really, I'm trying to forget about last year and just come back this year and be the best I can be. I'm
Yeah.
really trying to forget it so I won't live in the past
Mm-hmm.
and move on to it and show the country like I'm the best in the nation. Like I ain't trying to live off the past.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great attitude to have, and you're certainly making a push for the best receiver in the nation. There's no doubt about that. And I mean, you're entering your senior season now with hopes of breaking the single season receiving record in terms of yards. What are you kind of looking forward to in your last year with the program here? I mean, what are your kind of expectations for this team?
Championship, and I want to go back to the championship and win. That's my number one goal.
Yeah, for sure. I think you guys certainly have the talent to do so, the potential to do so. Should be a great season for you. Hopefully the season starts on time. And I mean, I gotta ask, Sammy Watkins is your cousin. I mean, both you guys are extremely talented receivers. He's in the NFL. You're on NFL watch lists. I'm sure you guys were competitive growing up. I mean, what was it like growing up together? Were you guys ever able to get through like a family function without like bringing the football out and making things competitive? I mean, what was that kind of like?
Um, well, I was just training with him
Mm-hmm.
in down in Florida, and I mean, it's really not competing no more. Really, he's just trying to guide me and show me the steps,
Mm-hmm.
and really just try to get me to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, the next level's right around the corner. So as I mentioned, you are on a lot of NFL watch lists, and a lot of guys, I've read a lot of things by analysts and stuff. They're really looking at you, coming out of this senior season here. So next step's the NFL. Most guys never get to experience looking towards NFL football. So I mean, how's it feel to be looking towards the NFL, looking towards professional football? I'm sure it's exciting, but are you nervous at all? Are you ready to take on this challenge and kind of conquer the next level?
Well, I done had so much adversity in my life, so
Hmm.
really, I'm just glad to what I'm saying be this far. So I want to say I'm nervous. I'm just very glad I got this far. So really, I'm just happy, what I'm saying, to see how the road go.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you've mentioned all this adversity in your life. I think so many kids growing up experience so much adversity, don't really have great outlets to do it. Football has been a great outlet for you to do it. You've proven yourself throughout your entire career. For kids growing up, going through tough times, going through adversity, who want to make it in football, who use football as that outlet, what advice would you give them to close up here to kind of use football? What would you say to that kid growing up, wherever he may be in the world right now, who's going through tough times, needs something to rely on, has football? What would you say to him in order to succeed, as much as you have?
I'll tell him to stay on the mission. I'll tell him just keep his eyes on the prize and don't nothing like misguide him or
Hmm.
get him off track. 'Cause it's easy to get off track.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly great advice. I think football, life, wherever you may be, it's perfect right there. You've had an amazing career thus far. I mean, best of luck next year, your senior season. I think it should go great for you. Best of luck to break that record. You sound very determined to do so. It'll definitely be interesting to watch next year. But Austin Watkins Jr., everyone, Austin, thanks so much for joining us here on the site today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's great to have you on. You guys can follow Austin on Twitter. We'll put his handle down below with a link for you. You guys can also follow University of Alabama at Birmingham updates, news. We're going to put a link down there for you as well. You guys can click there to keep updated with the season. But guys, thanks so much for joining us here on Edge Sports Network. It's great to have you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.